Thank you for joining me here today on another whiteboard series. I'm Dr. Stephen Cabral, trying to teach you these important natural health-based concepts in as close to 5 minutes as I can. And today, the 5 worst inflammatory foods. Why do these matter? Well, I chose 5 foods that a lot of people are eating in their typical diet, especially in the standard American diet, the SAD diet, as we say, and they're the ones that are going to have the biggest impact on your health. So do keep in mind that inflammation is associated with over 90% of all dis-ease in the body. That means if you're currently dealing with any wellness-based issues, any mood issues, any weight gain issues, or aging-based issues, inflammatory food and inflammation in general certainly is a big part of it. And the nice thing is this: if you move towards a more anti-inflammatory diet plan, you begin to do something like a functional medicine detox, you begin to really drop your levels of inflammation, you can feel an enormous difference in just 3 weeks. There's just no doubt about it. So here are 5 foods that you can begin to eliminate, even if it's only for 3 weeks, to see how you feel. The first food is sugar and processed carbs. Carbohydrates are not the enemy. Fresh fruit, especially low glycemic berries and things like kiwis, are fantastic. Vegetables, fantastic. Things like yams and purple potatoes can be fantastic. What we need to be careful of is processed sugar. Many of us know sugar, candy, those types of things, but we're not thinking about it in terms of bread or pasta or muffins or pastries that when you eat them cause an inflammatory-based response from your body. They are literally inflammatory-based foods. Not good for your gut, not good for your blood sugar, not good for wellness aging in general. Number 2 is processed meats. Again, we always speak the truth there. So again, I know that a lot of people, they're following maybe a low carb diet, a higher fat diet, and they're including these processed meats. I have to tell you though, is they're not healthy, right? So when you look at that, we've talked about them in our mold-based videos, we talked about in our cancer-based videos. When you eat processed meat, you are eating a food that has been shown to cause cancer. Now, will everyone get cancer that eats processed meat? No, they probably won't. Will some people? Yes. And by the year 2030, we're looking at 1 out of 2 people having cancer in their lifetime. Processed meats are an absolute no. Every once in a while, okay, well, everything every once in a while. But if you're eating a lot of these processed deli meats and bologna and sausages on a daily basis or even a weekly basis, I would be careful there for sure. All right, next up is vegetable oil. Vegetable oil, it might sound healthy, right? Because it has the word vegetable in it, but it's not. Canola oil and all of your soybean oils, anything that's literally a plant oil that has been then changed into, well, either a liquid or a solid, is going to be highly inflammatory to the body, okay? If we're talking about a nut seed oil, or we're talking about an olive oil, or even an avocado oil, it's different. Now, you don't want to heat those, but those are different than when you take a soybean or a canola, the corn oil, especially since 90 to 93% of these are genetically modified. That means 90 to 93% of all soy and all corn are genetically modified, and they're putting that genetically modified organism, which is not a food, into now your oil, and you're consuming that and you're heating it, again, as a polyunsaturated fat. If you heat it, it becomes highly inflammatory, causes oxidative stress, and your body begins to age at a rapid rate from the inside out. Be very careful of this one. Number 4 is fruit juice. Why would fruit juice be an inflammatory food? Well, here's the issue. Fruit juice is devoid of a lot of the fiber. It's devoid of a lot of the enzymes. So what happens is you take in just pure sugar without a lot of the other beneficial nutrients of fruit. So if you eat an apple, it's far lower glycemic, which means it doesn't spike your blood sugar as much than if you have apple juice. Same with oranges, same with any of these foods. Much better eaten in their whole form, right? Without a doubt, when things are in their whole form, it allows for a slower time release of blood sugar rather than a spike in blood sugar and then a subsequent drop where you start to get low blood sugar again and then want more fruit juice or want more sugar, right? So be very careful with consuming fruit juice. Honestly, I always say this: Eat your fruits, and if you need to juice something, juice your veggies, right? You can juice some of your veggies. That won't give you that glycemic spike. All right, the last one on the list today is excessive alcohol. Now, the USDA or the FDA or the food pyramid just came out with their new food pyramid, right? Not too long ago. And they put together a council of doctors. These doctors explicitly told them to take alcohol off the list of health-based foods and things that you could consume. They told the food-based administration, take them off the list. Now, because of all of the lobbying power of alcohol, they kept them on. And again, I'm not saying you can't drink some alcohol. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is it is inflammatory. Your body is taking in a toxin such as ethanol. Your liver has to process it through phase 1, phase 2 detox. It raises heart rates. It shuts down liver detox for other parts of the body. It calls for more glutathione. It drops your heart rate variability. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that goes on in your body. Right now, the recommendation is this: 2 to 3 drinks per week total. Now, I know that might come as a shock to a lot of people, but I just want you to know that is the recommended maximum per week. Before then the health benefits start to go down. So I wanted to share that with you. Again, take that for what you will. Oftentimes, we don't need to remove all of these. What we really need to do is simply cut down on them, right? Consume less of them, more healthy foods. The more healthy foods we consume, the less inflammatory foods, the healthier we are going to be. So hopefully that was helpful there. And again, let me know if you have any questions. Always happy to help. But these are the 5 most inflammatory foods that I see the majority of people eat.